Hey everybody, it is Kim Hawk and it is Monday night, so you know what time it is.
Information on celebration.
Well, my name is Kim Hawk and I normally will see you on Monday nights for the Near Disney YouTube live show that talks about Celebration Florida. And so the last couple of weeks, I wanted to say thank you to Elijah Lewis, our team captain. He's been doing the show. We've been exploring, doing some videos in Central Florida. That took me away on Monday nights, but I am here tonight and we have got so much to report. Please let me know where you're watching from. Let me know if you can hear me. It seems like it's been a while since I've been in the studio. So it's a great joy for me to be able to share a bunch of information. Today is August the 10th, Monday, August the 10th, in the town that Disney built. And a couple of things that we want to make sure everybody is aware of. I know this is a prelim time for people to be able to vote. And I know that our celebration's own Greg is running for the school board. So I know as people have been driving around town, over by the library, you'll see some Greg Felix signs. And just wanted to remind people, don't forget to vote. That's going on. So let's go ahead and get started. What we do is we have a show every 7 days on Mondays that want to remind you about some things that are coming up. And then we want to give some shout outs to some people. And at the very end, we're going to talk about what the market is doing here. My real estate team here, best realtors ever, that live in Celebration. We like you to know what's going on with your assets here. And some of you might be thinking about selling and you're trying to get an idea of what the value is. But let's start out first with what is coming up with the town. So let's look at this. Okay, so it looks like Town Hall is telling us that they are adding another event on top of, this is the 30th anniversary of Celebration. We've been having fun all year. There's going to be an event on November the 7th, where they are having a bunch of the Pop 2000 artists in downtown Celebration. So they are adding yet another event, which is kind of cool. It's called the Throwback Thursday Party, Throwback Thursdays. And it looks like Ryan Cabrera, I don't know if you guys know, but Ryan is going to be one of the artists for the Pop 2000 concert that's going to be in downtown Celebration. This event is going to be November 5th, Lakeside Park, 6 to 9 p.m. And they're going to have limited edition 30th anniversary giveaways. There's also going to be a DJ from Mix 105.1. So that's a radio station. If some of you are watching from outside of Celebration, I'm going to try to tell you a little bit more details. So when I say Mix 105.1, that's one of the more popular radio stations in Central Florida. So make sure everybody gets ready. It says throw it back to the 90s with music, games, and retro vibes. Founders Day event. Once again, thank you to Town Hall and all the special activities they've been doing. Typically in the town of Celebration, we may have maybe 34 special events in a year, which is a lot. But they have added 30 more this year because we've been celebrating all year long. Okay. And don't forget, once again, that event that we're going to have, the big blowout for the 30th, is on November the 7th, downtown Celebration. And I believe Advent Health is doing a big drone show with lights. And our own Brad Fischetti from LFO is going to be there. Chris Kirkpatrick from NSYNC, O-Town, Ryan Cabrera, just lots of good stuff. All right, what else is going on? National Popsicle Day is coming up Wednesday, August 26th. So you got about 16 days to prepare. I think it's very sweet. You show your resident ID, and it looks like Spring Park Pool is a location, Founders Park, Long Meadow Park, and Lakeside Park, and they've got different hours. So write that down on your calendars, you guys. It's nice and hot outside. And National Popsicle Day, they're going to be celebrating that by giving you a free popsicle. That's cool, while supplies last. Okay, we are looking at Kids Night Out coming out in September. Can you believe it, you guys? We're already kind of mid-August already. But I would share with you, Rod and I always really enjoyed when Ashley was little, which, by the way, it is her birthday this week. Ashley Hawk is turning 35 this week. I can't believe it because I don't even think I'm 35. But anyway, Ashley, our daughter, grew up in Celebration. She was the youngest student to go to the school, went all the way through high school, absolutely loved it, and now has her real estate license and is part of our team. And it's her birthday on Thursday. So one of the things when we first moved here, Kids Night Out, we used to call it KNO, was a great way for parents to be able to meet other parents. And then you would be able to bring your child to an area, and they had all kinds of really cool activities. It looks like the same thing here from 6 to 9 p.m. It's dedicated, this one, for 6 to 12-year-olds. And I think the price is $30 per child. And if you have an additional child, additional sibling, it's $15. So you do need to register. You have to register pretty soon. You can start registering now, it says. And so you want to go to celebrationtownhall.square.site. So celebration.square, like oval, square though, .site, S-I-T-E. If you have any questions, you can call them at 407-566-1200 and ask about the Kids Night Out. What else? Oh, let's not forget the porch and yard sale is coming up. Now, the reason why I'm bringing this up, I know you're going to say it's October, but October's not that far away. And usually it takes quite a bit of time to start prepping for this porch and yard sale. So it's October the 3rd. We only do it twice a year. Remember, twice a year. This is one of those times you don't want to miss it if you want to be involved. It's from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. But I could tell you, Rod and I would tell you there's people that would show up as early as 6:30, 7 o'clock looking for the better deals. If you haven't been to our porch and yard sale and you don't live in Celebration, it's quite something. You're going to find some really good finds at really low prices. Everything from, a lot of Disney stuff, obviously, but sometimes people are moving from up north to a home here and maybe a piece of furniture just didn't fit the right way, and you're going to find some really great stuff. So know that is coming up. Now you can pay $10 per household to be included in the map of the porch and yard sale. So if you want to do that, once again, you got to use that celebration TH, which is townhall.square.site to register. And that registration is already started to open as well. All right, let's see what else. Oh, we're talking about October. So here's another one of the new events for Celebration. It's called a Spooky Soiree. Save the date, October 24th. October 24th. It's 6 to 9 p.m. It's going to be at 631 Sycamore Street. So that means that is downtown Celebration, Lakeside. If you want guests to go, I guess now they're starting to do something where they're going to sell tickets if you have a guest. But otherwise, if you were a Celebration resident, you need to have your ID. It says if you are 12 years, is that right? Yeah, 12 years or 12 years or older, you need to have your CROA ID. So what I have done is now I actually have my ID on my phone, which is good. And then you're able to get in there for free. But they're going to have trick-or-treating, a pumpkin patch, a petting zoo. They're going to have a band. The band is called Eric and the Guilty Pleasures Concert. They're going to have a costume contest, inflatables. And in Celebration, we love to celebrate. So that's going to be a lot of fun. Then on occasion, I get requests from a lot of our families around here that are asking me to promote what's going on with the sporting stuff. And, I've been bragging about Frankie, which, by the way, you guys, I think today's the first day of school. I want to send a lot of love out to the families. I know getting back into school right now, that a lot of the kids were excited about it. Maybe some of them were dragging their feet, but all of the ones that I talked to were excited about. And I know the parents were kind of excited too. But this is something that came through for Celebration Youth Soccer. So we have a soccer club here, you guys. We have lots of cool clubs. But if you have interest, please make sure that you register. It's for ages 2 to 13 years old. 2 to 13 years old. So you want to register at Celebration SC Soccer Club, I guess, .com. Celebration SC. And it looks like, gosh, their first, yeah, it's coming up August 29th. So you want to make sure you get on top of that. It says fun environment, develop their skills, and make some friends. All right, very good. And Edward, we've got a lot of wonderful extra correspondents that are out there. And one of those groups is the Celebration Art Circle. I love seeing when groups are getting organized. I know Edward was a big part of this one, but it looks like coming up a week from today that they are going to be meeting at the Lucky Goat. I've got to admit, I have not had the opportunity to go to the Lucky Goat yet. It's fairly new. It's a coffee shop at the front of Celebration. So when I say Waterside, where the Publix at the front of Celebration, we have a Publix at the front and the back, a grocery store called Publix. And so the Lucky Goat is up by the front of Celebration, over by where the hardware store, that section of town where the flooring area is, by the UPS store. And so what they are saying is it's a coffee meetup at 2:30 Monday, August 17th, where you can paint and sketch and meet a lot of people that are super talented. It says great coffee, good company, creative vibes. So write that down if you have that skill, okay? Now, one thing I wanted to mention that isn't necessarily just Celebration, but there are Celebration restaurants that are participating, that there is something called magical dining. And there's so many times that by the time I think of it, it's already gone. And this has been something that's been a big hit for many, many years now. But it is going to start August 14th. So that's this Friday. And it goes till September 30th. What you want to do is you want to go to magicaldining.com and see which restaurants are participating. And it's a really great way for you to be introduced to some restaurants too that you may not have had a chance to visit yet. But it's a 3-course meal, and they have two different levels. I believe one is a $40 level, and the other one is $60. And excellent choices. You do need to make a reservation, but it's just something you don't want to miss out on. It looks like it's presented by Orlando Health, so that's kind of cool. All right, anybody asking any questions yet? I'm not able to pull up my comments, so let me see if I can. I've got people saying hello, so thank you guys so much for saying hi. Yes. So what have we been doing? Okay, so we had gotten requests to check out how easy it is to get to the beaches from Central Florida. Because there's many times when people are looking and they're saying, I'd like to live close to a beach, but I don't necessarily want to live on the beach because of hurricanes and all that kind of good stuff. So we have been really exploring, Ashley, the Clearwater Beach area. And so I will have some more comments when she finishes, but I do have some very much top of mind. I really love that beach area. I would say, though, as far as investing, because we've had some of our locals say, hey, maybe I might want to buy a beach property to have on the side. I think the prices are so high, and they are still working on getting a lot of those properties back from when the hurricane happened there, that you really have to have somebody that knows. And that's what Ashley is doing, is finding out which ones can you do vacation rentals to, because you're probably not going to be spending enough time over there unless you're going to move over there full time. Now we can help you with that too. But if you're looking for a beach property, it's good to know which ones. Maybe some require that you can only rent for a minimum of 3 months. Some may say 1 week. Some may say, a month. And so it's all over the board. So we are making sure that we are very educated and ready. And yes, it's beautiful. And it's nice to be able to go over to that area so that you can get that breeze and the beach and stuff like that. So we will be following up more with that. But now is the time to tell you what's going on with this market. with Celebration Market. So we do this every 7 days because we want to be on the top of the pulse of what's going on in our own community. And so what we're going to do is we are going to share this screen. Dee Bellavati, my YouTube producer, says I need to make my face bigger so you guys can see what I'm talking about. But in the last 7 days in Celebration, we have had 16 touch points. Now, that's kind of a big deal. In Celebration, because I've been here since the beginning and I've been a realtor for over 30 years, we used to have about 440, 450 listings at any given time. And that has not been the case here, you guys. We have at the most right now, I think 77 total. And that's everything from condos to estates, the whole 9 yards. And so what I want to do is I want to show you what's been going on the last 7 days. Okay. So what I'm seeing here is that there are six new actives, 5 pending. So what does that tell me? There's not a lot that's going on as active that isn't coming off in a contract and pending. So our numbers are still really low, under 80 listings total. That's very low. So this market is hot. It has been hot for the last couple of years. It has not gone over 100 in the last couple of years. So if you're starting to hear things about Florida that, things aren't moving, that's not true. In the town that Disney built, it's not true, especially at the 30th anniversary of this town. Then it says there were 2 that are temporarily off the market. That probably just means maybe somebody wants to do some renovations or whatever before they put it back on, and 3 sold. So what I like to do is give a helpful tip and share with you, especially anything that we have listed so you get an idea. We have a new listing that is quite impressive in the sense that it has a primary on the first floor. It has a swimming pool. It has a garage apartment. It has another potential primary on the second floor as well. And it has a sun deck on it. And the price on it is only $1,230,000. That is so super, 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 super low. And it just came on the market. So let me, instead of talk about it, let me share with you what it looks like. Wasn't that a great option in the town that Disney built? So that is 205 North Village Street. And the price on that with 3,418 square feet, because remember, it has got the garage apartment that can bring some income in as well. So the price point is 1,230,000. That is super low. It's going to go very fast. So call me if you have any questions or want to see it. I know I've got a showing on that first thing tomorrow morning. And my number is 407-808-9845. We're excited to report to you. We've got a coming soon. Tonight, there is going to be a townhouse in South Village. They have a pool in the back of their townhouse. So be on the lookout for that. Call me if you have an interest in a townhouse. So we will make sure we showcase that one next week too. I went over to with Dee today to get some photos, and it's pretty extraordinary as well. All right. So as I start to close out, I don't see any questions, but once again, I wanted to make sure that I'm seeing questions. I'm seeing people send love and say hi, and I appreciate that very much. Thank you. I see happy birthday to Ashley Hawk. That means a lot too. I would like to say that today, August the 10th, would have been the birthday of my dear friend Adam the Woo. And I know many of you have found me through Adam the Woo as well. I was his realtor, but more importantly, we were friends, and he would have been, I think, 52 today, 52. But stay tuned because we are going to be doing something special for Adam. I know a lot of people are coming in for the November the 14th, the morning. We have a memorial service at an area that is in celebration for people who have passed this past year. And Adam has a plaque that's going up there. I know a lot of the bloggers are going to be coming in from California, and we're going to be doing something special for Adam that day. If you haven't had the opportunity, there is a bench that is across from the downtown diner that's looking towards the lakeside of downtown Celebration, where it says, "Join me, shall you?" That is a bench that Adam would sit at many times and have his piping hot cup of coffee. And we thought it was appropriate to put a plaque there for him. There's not many plaques in town, but we wanted to honor Adam. He definitely, with over 1 million people that watched him daily, he introduced celebration to a lot of people. So anyway, just keep in touch with us. We would love to help you with any of your real estate if you'd like to buy or sell, or if you have any questions. I have a super, super great team. They have a show on Wednesday nights at 7 o'clock. They talk about the 25-mile radius around Cinderella Castle, and they educate me on a lot of good stuff. And anyway, thank you guys. It's so nice to be back with you in the studio. Be on the lookout for the Dream Team on Wednesday nights. And my number is 407-808-9845. If we can ever help you, as we have helped thousands of others, and it's a true honor, Florida Motion Realty. And I hope you guys have a great day. God bless. Bye-bye.
Make sure that you subscribe and like so that we can continue to give you up-to-date information on all things that are going around the 25-mile radius of Cinderella's Castle, because this is truly a magical place to live.